না না দিও না এখনই, আমি ক্লিক করবো, আগেও হয়ে যাক, তবে আমি করে নেব। ওম আসতো মা সদ্গময়া তমসো মা জ্যোতির্গময়া মৃত্যুর্মা অমৃতঙ্গময়া আবিরাবির্ময়েধি রুদ্রো যত্তে দক্ষিণং মুখম তেন মাং পাহি নিত্যম, তেন মাং পাহি নিত্যম। Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal. Lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. And evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. We are now on the chapter 5, revision, and here this chapter starts with the knowers of truth. The question is, we are talking about the knowers of truth. That is the common question comes everywhere, that when a knower of truth, he knows everything, so how will be his action? What is good for him, what is bad for him? Is there any such action, forbidden action or righteous action? Is there any such things? So that is the question. That in another way it comes in the Bhagavad Gita, saying that who is a knower of truth, how he sits, how he talks, how he walks, how he behaves in their day-to-day life, no? So Bhakti Yoga also said, those who have attained Bhakti, how is their behavior, how is their movement, how is their everything. So that is the same type of question Arjuna is putting in the 5th chapter. It says, Arjuna Uvacho, Arjuna said, King kartabbang vidang Krishna, King nishidhang vadaswame, vishesha lakshanang teshang, vistarena prakashaya. It's very simple. King kartavyam. What is the duty? Vidam. Those people who are knowledge, who have attained the spiritual wisdom and knowledge, Brahma Jnana. So what is their kartabya? We have our duty. So Brahma has a kartabya, duty. And King Nishiddham. We have something, it said, scriptures say, hey, you should not do this. It is forbidden. But is there anything as such for the knower of truth? Vishesha lakshanam teshang. And also, what is their special characteristic? What will be their normal behavior or other way that we understand from seeing somebody is a Brahmajnani? How can you do that? Teshang vistarena prakashaya. Kindly explain me elaborately how a knower of truth, vidam, work, his duties. Duties means what to be done. Nishiddham means what is not to be done. How they walk, or how is their characteristic or behavior. Please tell me all these details. Sri Krishna Uvacha, 2nd verse. Kartavyam vapi akartavyam nasti tattvavidam sakhe te akartaro brahmarupa nishedha vidhivarjitaha. Kartavyam vapi akartavyam. What is duty? And akartabya, which is forbidden. There is no such duty or non-duty, or kartabya, righteous thing, non-righteous. or he should not do it forbidden. There is nasti tattvavidam. This rule does not fall for the knowers of truth, who are tattvavid, who have understood and realized and experienced oneness with the divine, oneness with the Atman. For them there is no rule, no regulation. There is no yes, no. They akartaru. Why? Because there is no sense of their ego. Their I is totally immersed in God consciousness. So what is kartava? Kartava comes for one. See, we are human beings, we have so many duties, no? Oh, you have not performed your duties, you are doing bad. For whom? So long there is a person who says ego, I. No one goes to a dead body, hey, that's your duty. Why not duty? There's a body. Because there is somebody, body means duty. No, there is no duty. This, as he has no duty, so Brahmajnani is dead to the world. He does not see the world. He sees Brahman everywhere. He sees the truth everywhere manifesting, no? So for him or her, this question does not arise. This question arises for whom? Who has karta. I am the karta, I am the doer, I am. So you say whom? Then you have some duty. You say, I am mother, mother duty. I am a daughter, daughter duty. You are a student, student duty. It is prohibited. Don't do this, do that. It will be there. But that who has no ego, is there any duty? Can you tell this pews, hey, do your duty? He has no duty because no ego sense. I sense is not there. This chair has no duty. Wherever you put it in and break it, it does not say anything because he has no duty, no kartabba, no akartabba. So Brahmajnani also falls in that category because they are egoless. The ego is merged in the consciousness of the divine. So they akartaro, because they have no karta, sense of karta. Swami Ramakrishna said, Ami, I. Ami mole, when I dies, guchibe janjal. All rubbish, all problem in life is I. See, all the conflict in household life, conflict. What is that? I. Yeah, oh, I. Two I. In a society's community life, I. Okay, in one state, even within the state, North California, Southern California, we are I, North California, you are South California, I. Why shall I give the water to you? You are taking too much water and this and that. One India, this is I am this, I belong to this particular place. So I. So it expands everywhere, nation to nation. People are fighting. I am the Russian territory. You are the other Ukrainian territory. I. So all the conflict because of I. And when the I reduces, then less and less problem for that person. You see, though actually who has no expression of I, he is least bothered by anyone. Because he is useless. If you say something, he does not respond. That means ego, either tamasic or sattic, either. So either it should be, the egolessness can appear in tamasic nature also. Appears that I have no ego, but I am full of ego. And sattvic ego is that they don't identify with the body and mind. They will be surrendering to God, and that ego surrendering God. And ultimately when total egolessness is Brahmajnana. So they are Brahma Rupa. Therefore, because their ego is gone, they are of the nature of Brahman, Brahma Rupa. Therefore, Nishedha Vidhi Burjitaha. They are devoid of prohibition, Nishedha, or Vidhi, do. You don't do, you will incur sin. For Brahmajnani there is no sin because he already has gone beyond ego. All this past karma has been burnt as soon as the had the knowledge dawn in their heart, no? As the light comes, Ramakrishna said, in a room covered for thousands of years, what happens? Strike a match, that's gone. So there is no more any delusion for them. So we cannot put them into the formula of ego or duties and prohibition and regulation. So, O Krishna, O Sakha, O dear friend, there is neither duty nor non-duty for the knower of truth. They are of the nature of Brahman and not the agents of action. They are bereft of prohibition and regulations of the Vedic scriptures. Vedic rules don't follow. We have to follow by the scripture. If you don't follow the scripture, it's called unethical. Why it is unethical? Scripture says, why it is resounding. Hello? Okay. So it is Nishedha Vidibhorjita. So Vedas control everyone, no? Our scriptures control law. It is resounding. Okay. Now, Vedaha, third. Vedaha Prabhur Navai Teshang Niyojana Nishedhane Sayang Brahma Sadananda Vishranta Paramatmani. So the Vedas, Veda na Prabhu. Our Prabhu means master. Who guides us? Master is who? Who guides us? The scripture guides us, no? Scripture says, follow the Sama, Dhamma, Titiksha, Upurati, all these treasures. What are they? Self-control, purification of the mind and body. All these formulas are for. Scripture says you have to do that. If you are not a spiritual person, a moral person, ethical person. So they are dictating. Who is dictating? Silently. All the scriptures are our good GPS and good directors. A direct, do this, don't do that. Think of, keep the mind free from attachment, this, that. All the instruction, it is given in the Shastras, scriptures. So Veda, but no Prabhu, for them. Whom? Brahmagyanis. Those who are knowers of Brahman, Vedas cannot dictate them. Veda is not the Lord. For us, Vedas are the Lord. Scriptures are the dictators. No, it says it is good for you. Don't do this. It will take you to the path of worldliness. This will take you to the path of godliness. So we follow their dictate. But if Brahmagyani, Veda, Prabhu, no, it's not their Prabhu. Teshang niyojana nishedhane. In which aspect? For engaging them in action or forbidding them from any action. Oh, you do this, it is not good. But there is nothing, because they have no ego. A child, example is that, a child does, or whatever he does, no one puts him to jail. A baby who has no sense of ego, suppose there is a gun, parents forgot to loaded gun. A child up to 3 years thumping like that and going and saw the gun and triggered, and that bullet shot maybe gun to hit the mom, and has been taken to hospital. No judge comes there to punish a 2 years, 3 years baby because he has killed it. His bullet, he has pressed the bullet. Because this baby has no ego, even the social rule and norm, you see, no one makes him responsible. A Brahmagyani is like a baby, like a child. They are so pure, so God intoxicated, their body does work due to prarabdha. But they are not there. The body moves in the momentum. When, good example, when a car, suppose you are driving a car, but suddenly something happened, the axle broke. and the tire ran on. You can see the tire is rolling on. But no one is telling, hey, don't go that side. But the tire goes this way, good or bad, it matters little. It is going because of the past momentum. The body moves in the momentum. But they are not there. No force to add. So they have no responsibility to follow any dictum, any rules, regulations as regards social norms and things. It does not apply to them. That's why Veda Prabhu Navai Tesham Niyojana Nishedhane. Whether engaging them in action, hey, do this, you are a Brahmajnani, but you have to do this. No, they are not under any rule, any kind of obligation. And Nishedhane, don't do or do. They are beyond that. They are Swayam Brahma Sadananda. They are Swayam by themselves. They are in the consciousness, I am Brahman. And Vishranta Paramatmani. Sadananda. Internally, they are ever blissful, ever cheerful, ever joyful. Atman, no? And they rest in Paramatmani. We rest in the body. We rest in the mind. That's why we suffer. But this Brahmajnani rests in the Paramatma, the Supreme Self, which is nothing but Brahman. That means Jivatman rests in Paramatman. Therefore, there is no ego, and the scriptures have no control, nothing talks about Jata Icha, Jaticha. That's the move. But they cannot move Jaticha because they are already purified. But even then we find that the expert people, Brahmajnanis also, they have anger. We find that Vivekananda is angry, sometimes scolding some person. But yes, you may say, hey, what type of Brahmajnani? Yeah, he is angry. No, for him, it's for the good of us. The Brahmajnani, when he scolds us, he takes away our karma and guides us. But for him, he has no gain, nothing to gain, nothing to lose. He is established in absolute peace, absolute joy. So this is the Shuka stock. There is a book which is said that Veda Vedu Sapardi Galito Punna Pape Visirne Maya Moho Kshayamadikato Nasta Sandeho Vritti Sabdatitam Trigunarohitam Praputatta Bhavurang Nistraigunne Puti Bicharata Kovidhiko Nisheda. This is very oft quoted verse. Nistraigunne Puti Bicharatam Kovidhi Ko Nisheda. That is the most important thing. Those who are roaming in the level beyond the three gunas, we are all under the whirlpool of three gunas. Therefore we have tamasa quality, rajasa quality, sattva quality. We are driven by our tamas characteristics. But nistraigunne puti, one who is roaming around, bicharati, is who roams around in the level where no gunas can be there. It's beyond all gunas. Ko-vidhi. What is the vidhi, doable thing? What is the dictate of your scripture? Do. Or ko-nisheda. No, you cannot do. What type of prohibition will be there? That means there is no prohibition. And what a beautiful verse. Vedo avedo sapardi golito. This idea, this is distinction, non-distinction. A child has no distinction. Even in his own body, what is known, his nose, his eyes, his ears, he cannot make a distinction. So, Veda and Avedo, even non-distinction or distinction, everything is more melted there. Punna pape visirne, because they have no meritorious act, no sinful act. They are all gone. Maya moho, Maya and moho means delusion. Kshayam madhigato. They have all been wiped out. Maya and moho being wiped out. Nasta sandeho vritti. His mind do not doubt anymore. Our mind doubts because we are in the realm of the mind, and also our maya and moho is there. Moho means attachment, delusion, and maya is wrong vision, wrongly seeing the truth. And maya moho gulite nastyo sabdatitam. Then the Brahmajnani reaches a state beyond all sabda. Sabda means sound, all hearing, sabda. Sabdatitam trigunarohitam, beyond the three gunas. Prapyo tattva avabodhat, attaining that identification with the truth. Nistrayi gunne, is that type of person who always roams beyond all the three gunas. Why are you asking for any rules and dictates? What rules and dictates can follow? Rules and dictates are all who are bound within the realm of the three gunas, who are realm in the maya or in the realm of the moho or delusion. So they are all beyond. What a beautiful verse. It is in Sukastakam. Beautiful. Now, fourth verse. No pravittir nivrittir va shubhe va upya subhe tatha phalang bhogas tatha karma nadehasya bhavet kachit. No pravitti, no nivritti, shubhe va asubhe. They live in that enlightened condition where they have no inclination in what is auspicious. Normal people, ordinary people, worldly people, they are interested in which is inauspicious, no? Money, greed, lust, all these lower things, no? Attracted. But a spiritual person is opposite, no pravitti. He has no intention or inclination for what is auspicious. And nivritti, abstention from that which is ashubha, inauspicious. Because he is Brahmajnani, so he has no inclination. We all think, oh, I'll have to do prayer, I'll have to do meditation. We'll have to do meditation, we'll have to do prayer, we'll have to do Ekadasi today, fasting today is auspicious day. This auspicious day will be Bhuvaha Punnam. So we are bound by those rules and regulations, no? But those Brahmajnanis, no pravitti, no intention or engagement in the Shubha, which is auspicious. Oh, today I am going to a pilgrimage. No? We can think like that. I am come to the temple. Oh, what a great place. No? For me, because we live in that realm. Brahmajnani, he will be standing on a Hollywood Boulevard and see Brahman everywhere. No? And here, it's not that he had to come to a holy place to see God, Brahman. He sees Brahman everywhere. He can see the joy of God's presence in the everywhere, even in the the worst place. Swami Vivekananda was in Cairo, and he was walking with some devotees, MacLeod and others who were there. And then they are talking, and Swamiji was totally engrossed and forgot the road where to go. They went into a red light area and found that the half-naked women are standing there and smiling and then calling Swamiji also. And these devotees got so embarrassed how they have come to this place. And anyhow, so they are trying to digress the Swami Vivekananda to the other direction. But Vivekananda, seeing them, she moved forward towards them and stood before them. And then his mind went, they are all Divine Mother, not knowing their divinity. For little petty things of money or anything, they have pulled themselves down in this condition, and tears started rolling. And these ladies were so overwhelmed, they started kissing the gown of Swami Vivekananda. Lord Christ has come before me. See, the Brahmagyani, what we think that one seeing that in an environment, it is, see, for us, those who are ignorant, those who have attachment, delusion, self-consciousness, body consciousness. But for Brahmagyani, it turns opposite way. He's seeing Ramakrishna going to Calcutta. Sometime, one day his car was a Hackney car, no? There's a horse-driven car was going. And quickly they took to some direction, and it was going through such area. And Ramakrishna seeing them saluting, "Oh Ma, you are here in this form." For Ramakrishna, it is the same, Divine Mother, there is nothing. See, they are unaffected by that. We cannot compare our condition with them. So don't put any finger why this Brahmagyani is doing like that. This is bad for him. You say, what bad presidency is sitting? No bad president, no good president. They live in another level of consciousness. But we should not imitate them. That's the only important thing. Without realizing the truth, if one starts imitating, great danger may befall in their spiritual life. So no pravitti, they have no inclination, no nivitti, no rejection or retention in shubha, in auspicious, or in inauspicious thing. Phalang bhogas tatha karma na dehasya bhavet kvachit. Their inclination towards the pleasant as well as abstinence from the unpleasant do not exist for one who is beyond body consciousness, because they have nobody, like a child. Tell me, for a child, what is the distinction between male, female, woman, man? Is there any distinction? So they are beyond that. But they are beyond being in the tamasa level. And Brahmagyani is above sattva level. So two lives, one is below and another is above. That's why Ramakrishna used to say, example, be like a child, simple like a child, innocent like a child. They are Brahma, who is beyond body consciousness. Thus, there will never be any action. Neither will be action, neither results of action, or enjoyment for him. What enjoyment will be attractive to a person of knower of truth? Because he enjoys the infinite bliss of the self, no? Unlimited, infinite. What is this world, the joy this world can give? It is not even a drop of water in comparison to the ocean. Ramakrishna said, no, when Brahma Jnana comes and one realizes God, in every pore of the body, people will feel million times the joy of sexual joy. My God, it is what a definition he has given. Each pore of the body will have so much joy, this body cannot take. It will burst. That's why pure body is necessary. Why spiritual practice? No, that's also another important practice. Our nerves are not fit for this high level of spiritual joy to endure. It will crack the body. That's why people become mad. So it is only, it needs regular practice, purify. The body becomes sattvika. We hear, ahara suddho, sattva suddhi, dhruvasmiti, vipralambha, ki? So what? Eat good food. Suddha. Ahara suddhi. When you eat food, you eat purified food. We have taken this vegetarian food now. That's one step. But not only the vegetarian food, but also what you see, purify that. What you hear, what your lips say, talk. Don't talk vulgar words. Don't talk worldly talk. Talk about God. Let your ear hear always divine things. So purify. Ramakrishna used to run away from that place where there people used to talk of worldly financial issues or any other things, because he cannot take it. It is not out of hatred or anything. It is allergic. Allergic, do you know allergy? Yeah. The blooming time comes and allergy. Our Swami Premeshananda Maharaj, he will be lying in his room, and if there is little cloud in the sky, he will start scratching his skin. Hurry! And you go and check it. When he's scratching, there is some cloud. So sensitive, no? So this point is that it is purification of the body and mind is so important in spirit. Why they talk about celibacy? Why they talk about pure life? Why they talk about, think of all the sadhus, holy stories of the holy, read text. Why? Because to make the body ready for that type of experience. That story you all remember. Thakur touched on the January 1 and to Vaikuntha Sannal. No, Vaikuntha Sannal. What is his name? Vaikuntha Sannal. So Vaikuntha Sannal, and he begged at Ramakrishna, you are giving me by touch all these experiences, why not give me something? I am begging. And Ramakrishna said, okay, it will happen, wait, in time it will. In time, what Ramakrishna said, mind it, in time it will happen. In time means when you will be fit to receive it, it will come. Unfit body, it will break. No, this wiring line will burn. If you send 220 volt, above that volt, you put 500 volt, 1000 volt. See what happens to this wiring line. This wire, but this wire not capable of holding such high voltage. So spiritual voltage. So, and then Thakur Ramakrishna touched Vaikuntha, and you all know. Then he started seeing God everywhere, Ramakrishna everywhere, in the glass of water, Ramakrishna, in the food, Ramakrishna, in the tram car coming, Ramakrishna, in the office, opening the accounts book, and he finds all Ramakrishna's face, no accounting figure. So so 1 day, 2 days, 3 days continued. He could not eat, he could not sleep. With eyes closed, he sees the same. With eyes open, he sees all everywhere permeated by that reality. Eyes closing, it is. So day and night went on 3 days. And then he ran to Ramakrishna and fell at his feet. Sir, please, I cannot bear it. Please take away. So Ramakrishna said, okay, and touched this way in the chest, and he became normal. So the point is that not that I am to judge by Vaikuntha by the story, but understanding, in the avatar lila, whatever happens, it is for we, the whole universe, to learn what is spirituality. We would not know how you need a pure body, how you need to do sadhana. To demonstrate that, he selected Vaikuntha. But it is a play of the divine to show. Otherwise we do not, we are reading here only. This reading is a theoretical thing. We have Mathur Babu also, yeah. Right, Mathur. Right. See, look at that. Arjuna, such a big, powerful person, no? When Vishwarup Darshan is going on, then what he said? At the end, oh my God, please, come back to your own form. I cannot hold it anymore, no? So it needs that type of strength. In nerves, Suddha, which is Ahara Suddhi, when we purify our eating, we are seeing, ear, tongue, taste, all the 5 sense organs. When it takes purified, noble food, then our Sattva Suddhi, our Buddhi, mind becomes purified. And mind when purified, Dhruva Smriti, we get back to our memory. When the mind becomes pure, it will go towards God. And at that time we'll say, oh, I forgot. No? What I forgot? I forgot my divine nature. I am that. How I forgot that? So, Ahara Suddha, Sattva Suddhi. First it will purify our Buddhi. And this Buddhi which is going for this worldly thing and nasty things, hidingly, seekingly, this way, showing I am a great person, but hidingly doing something wrong. No? So these things will have no place in that. Buddhi will be so pure, it will guide towards God and God only. Mon Suddha. Whenever it will be Suddha, pure mind or pure intelligence, it will lead towards God. And then Dhruva Smriti, then awareness will come. Who am I? Why am I here? And that experience will dawn in that pure mind and body. So that's why these people, for them, you cannot say that they have any duty because they have gone beyond. They are ready, and there's joy they get. What for? What is the reason he will look towards this world for fun? Huh? There is no fun. A billionaire will not look at, oh, there is $1,000. What the state gave 600 rupees or sometimes some. So a billionaire will look for that, oh, I didn't get my $600 bill which government is giving for everyone, I am also a citizen. Will he cry for that? But a poor person will think, my God, $600, I miss it, I didn't get it, why did I not go? I can search for that, I can inquire for that because I am a beggar. And who is attaining that supreme joy, this joy which will be felt in the pure body, Ramakrishna said, in our Upanishad also says that the joy, sadhu syat, sadhu juva, juva syat, sadhu juva, the Ananda Balli, they are describing the joy of God realization. Suppose a joy what one can enjoy, youthful person, strong body, strong mind, full of youth and vigor, the joy of that person. Multiply it 100 times and think that he is that Juba, he is a king of the country. Juba, Ashishta, Dorishta, Balishta, powerful, like that. Make 100 times of that, make 100 times of her, and go on. That's the Brahmananda. So it's an endless joy. So they have no interest for this world. Why the mind will go to the petty things of the world? Because it is totally irrational to think about that. So, fourth verse says that inclination towards pleasant, what is pleasant, as well as abstinence from what is unpleasant, do not exist for one person who is beyond body consciousness. Phalang bhogas tatha karma na adehasya bhavet kuchit. Adeho means who have no deho, identity, body consciousness. Thus there will never be any action. They have not to do. We do work for attaining something, achieving something. We cook for eating something. We clean this room to stay here. No? We do any action we do, there is a purpose and there is a result to gain. He has no purpose, nothing to gain. He has gained what is to be gained, ultimate. So, therefore, there is no responsibility, duty. 5. Deho prana mano buddhi chitto ahankaram indriyam daivancha vasana chesta tajyogat karma sambhavayet. Karma, action is possible when you should have a deho. No? You want to do some karma. So you have no body. Can you do any karma? No. So you need a body, deha. Then it should be prana. It is not dead body, but a living body. Prana is there. Deha prana. Not only a dead body and a prana, not a person who is dementia, totally dementia, lost everything, mind is lost. Not that type of, he should have a awareness in the mind, no? Mind is alert in that mano. Buddhi, his intelligence should be active. Then chitta, his remembering faculty should be functioning. Ahankara, ego should be there. Ahankara indriyam. And then daivancha vasana chesta. Daiva, what is called, it is a connection with the divine, and the vasana, desire should be in the mind, and that to fulfill that desire, you do some action, chesta, effort. Tad yogat karma sambhavet. It's a great analysis how, who works. Work is for whom? Who has a body, deho? This table cannot do work. It has a body. I have a body. But this table cannot do anything. I am doing work. Why? Because this is only body, no prana. At least prana is potential prana, energy. And then mind. Mind is not functioning. It is hidden here. Buddhi is intelligence, is not. So all these should be in one place for something to work. But Brahmagyanis, they say, I am neither the body, I am neither the mind, I am neither anything, neither, not this, not this, not this, not this. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. So who will work? Work for whom? So this is the Deho Prano Mano Buddhi Chitta Ahankaram Indriyam Daivancha Vasana Chista Tadjogat Karma Sambhavet. Karma is possible, action is possible only due to the association of the body, vital energy, mind, intellect, remembering faculty, ego sense, the sense organ, fate, desire and effort. Fate means also to engage into work. Your fate means your past life's karma. Is it not? Past life's karma forces someone to be an engineer, sanskara. After even getting admitted into the engineering school, after 1 year says, I don't like it. So it's fate or his karma, sanskara, is guiding him which direction it will go. So that is the meaning of the fate. So action is possible only because of this. But the Sakshi Chaitanya, the witness consciousness, has no action. Here, that consciousness which is standing behind these material things, body, mind, etc., they are all matters. All the matters function only in touch of consciousness. The whole big car you are driving is an engine. It has everything. Gross, wheel, subtle electrical connection, now electronic connection, censoring the car and driving itself. All these are going on because there is some conscious entity behind. The body does work, mind does work, but the conscious entity does not do anything. So the Brahmagyanis live in that awareness. And that karta, the sense of ego, is not there with them. Therefore, it is logical. Gita also says, Vadhishtarang tatha karta karanancha prithak vidham vividascha prithak chesta daivancha evatra panchamam. For function, in doing any work, Gita suggests you should have 5 factors. What? Vadhishtarang, their body. Tatha karta, there should be some sense. I will do. I. Karanancha, the sense organs, all should be there. Eyes, ears, this should be all alert to do any work, no? And karanancha prithak vidham, karta, and karana means sense organs. And vividhascha prithak chesta. You try this way, you fail that way, then you try the other way, and then you fail that way, try another way. That's the researchers do all the time to find some end result. And daivanchatra. Daiva means your fate. Your fate means your karma, past karma, the guiding force. These 5 things make someone do some action. Now, 6th verse. But jnani sarvang vichare nirasya jarabodhata Sarupe Satchidanande Vishrantasya Advayat Tataha. But Jnani, we are talking about people who have ego. Who can do karma? These are the characteristics. He should have a body, he should have a vital energy in the body, prana. This is the prana, no? Not a dead body. Mind should be active here. Buddhi should function here. Ahankara, chitta, memory should be there. Otherwise, you will forget what you did, what you are going to do. Memory factor is very important there. Ahankara and indriyani, all these sense organs. And added with our past impulses guide us. One goes this direction, one goes that direction. One's action is very spiritual, another's action is very non-spiritual. So they are guided by their action is action. But which direction it goes depends on the daiva, their own karma, past potential causes of their impressions. And tad yogat karma sambhavet. Only karma is sambhav, is possible because of this. But Jnani sarvang vichareno. Now Jnani, who is a Jnani, knower of truth, what he does? Sarvang vichareno. Analyzing all these things, what we are talking about, body, etc., etc., nirasya jarabodhato. They give up, thinking they are all matter. The hand is matter, eyes are matter. Why matter? Because it cannot function out of its own. A dead body's hand will remain, that hand does not function. Dead body's eyes will be there, it will not see. So these are all jara, matter. Being matter, nirasya, why? Jarabodhato, and swarupe satchidanande, in its own essential nature, which is the eternal bliss and peace, Satchidananda, Vishranta. They take rest in that. Their mind rests in that absolute, timeless Satchidananda self, and that non-dual Advaya Tattata, Advaya Tataha, because it is non-dual, absolute, infinite joy, in that it stays and remains there. So a person of wisdom, because of the knowledge of that inertness of the objects, all objects are inert, gives up everything to discernment. So, Visranta, Sarva Vicharana Nirasya. Nirasya means throws away everything. He does not find any interest in all these things. And by the knowledge of non-dual existence, rests in his own essential nature, which is the existence, consciousness and bliss absolute. So, Jnani, that is the way they are functioning, but they are not functioning. They are functioning in one sense because they walk, talk, eat, sleep, in one sense, but in real sense they don't do anything. Because they rest, mainly they rest in the supreme consciousness, their essential nature, and don't identify with anything what is connected with the body, mind, intellect, ego, etc., etc. Bhav karmaleshu bhavet nasya niskriya atmataya jatehe tasyaiva phalabhogasyat yena karma kritang bhavet. Karma leshu bhavet nasya. There is no trace of karma which is they are bound to do. Karma leshu bhavet nasya. Why? Niskriya atmataya jate. Niskriya. Niskriya means who has beyond karma. No kriya. Nikriya. Kriya are beyond the action. Because their essential nature is beyond. It's called karma-atita state. Akarma, vikarma, and another is karma, akarma, vikarma. And that above is karma-atita. When you do karma, karma, good, akarma, bad, and nishiddha karma or something, And then there is a state beyond karma. So Brahmogyanis are beyond karma. Their hand and feet works, but they don't work, no. That is a state they attain. So karma lesha, the trace of karma, can be not found even in that Atman, which is because of his essential nature, is totally actionless, and Brahman does not move, so there will be no action in the Brahman. Brahman does not think, so no action there in the mental level. So that Brahmagyani lives always in that consciousness, absolute consciousness. And therefore, since his essential nature is total actionless, Brahmagyani, even a trace of action cannot be present for this renunciate, the monk. He is a monk because he has given up everything excepting the true self. So they are called jatehe. Jatehe means jyoti. Jyoti means also renunciate. So that renunciate person, that even is total actionless, and there is not a trace of action in him. The result of action in the form of enjoyment can belong only to the person by whom action has been done beforehand. Only we enjoy the action, result of any action, when we have done something, we get the result afterwards. But after there is no karma, they cut the karma bondage, therefore they have no consequence of feeling that they are suffering or they are enjoying anything. That's why King Janaka was the king, but he was detached. He was a royal king, no? So many kings are there. They enjoy the life being king, but he is king and rishi. He is a knower of truth. As a knower of truth, he has no identification with the kingly pleasure or the burning of the palace. Both are same for him. So Brahmagyanis, they are detached from everything. Okay, is there any question? Okay, so we end here today. That's why what we get to know, that karma is done by one who has body-mind identity, who has the sense of ego, but he has, like a child, he has no ego, Brahmagyani, and he has nothing to gain. After attaining that Brahmagyana, no kinchit banchati, na shochati, in the Narada Sutra says, attaining to that state, that Jnani or a devotee have no bancha, no desire for anything else, because it is all full, saturated to the brim, it overflows. So there is no need of a beggar should beg, but a king should not beg. And kings we are all kings, but we are begging, that because we think that we are all beggars. We forgot that we are Satchidananda Atma. Because we don't do that, therefore we cry and weep and suffer. But who knows this, they are free soul. Okay, we end here today, and next day we'll start from the verse number 8. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. And tomorrow is gospel reading, that's also. Kalke Medhananda. Okay, so tomorrow gospel by Swami Medhananda. Please come. If we do spiritual practices peacefully, at the same time seek little joy from things, people, pop or romantic music, etc., will my body become more unfit to experience such bliss of truth? It's a question. All will expect that will be a good combination. If we can do this side also and that side also. Yes, we'll have to move according to our state of being. So, yes, We always do that. At our state we are doing. We do the spiritual practice, we peaceful living. At the same time, little joy, little fun. That's good. There's nothing objection. But if time will come by this practice and loving God, when the mind will be feeling distaste for the world, then naturally that phase of life will go away, and then one will find, no, that is not necessary for me. I am getting more. Who is a fool to get more and also give up that which is better thing? If you get 10 units of joy in meditation and prayer, and the world can give you 2 units, 3 units, so naturally you will not go for 2, 3 units there. It's a mathematical calculation. We don't get it, that's why we run towards that. Whatever, no? When I don't get anything, and half a loaf is better than nothing. But when one gets a full loaf, so why he will be running for other things then? So, nothing wrong, we have to move from where we are. So don't take it as a failure, but this is a good journey, yeah. Ramakrishna said, pan tag noy. You want to have a beetle lip, some ice cream, get it. You want to go for some pilgrimage, go. Finish these little desires. But when the big desire comes, be careful, so that you should not lose yourself into that and keep your own spirituality there. But it will happen. It will happen spontaneously as we go on gradually. To mean love for God will naturally come. It comes 2, 3 ways. It comes in one way when you get a blow from the world. Battering from the bottom. And then we cry and weep, oh my God, I love someone, and betrayal. Oh my God, what is this? Life is meaningless. I give up everything. No, that is not the thing. Try good friend. So you have a good friend who will not betray you. Find that one first. And have some experience. And then you say, no, there is a good friend in my heart. I can make friendship with him. I can love him, I can cherish him, I can enjoy his presence in my heart. That is the Lord who is sitting here. Yeah? Twist it, turn it gradually, and then this thing will fall back. So this is the very scientific path. Vedanta does not, I was talking the other day, Vedanta does not accept any negative feeling about life's journey. You did bad things. Be proud you did good and bad things. Why? Because that is the experience that pulled you here. Who you are because of the bad experience or mistakes you committed. Why you are crying and weeping? It is no science. Science is that in the scientific journey, what we do in the scientific lab, we try and fail this way, and then we try another means. This life is a journey, and we go through the good and bad experiences, and then learn, I should not. And many times when we do the same thing, we get a good blow, then we say, no, I'm not going anymore. But again we forget, because that is desire is inside, so it pulls me again. But again, try. But don't do the mistake again and again intentionally. Vedanta should not be taken this wrong sense. Swami Vivekananda's quote, I give it, but I also warn. Swami Vivekananda said, I am proud that I did some mistakes. What mistake he did, I do not know. But being kind to us and sympathetic to us, he uttered this word. I am proud that I committed some blunder. Because of that who I am, now I am. No? That means it's a bold statement, positive attitude. Okay, what is done? That gave me a bad experience. My mind is now understand what is permanent, what is eternal, what is not, what is good, what is bad, by rigorous experience, not by hearsay. Mom said this, dad said this, my guru said this, my teacher said this. No via media talk. It is my own experience I saw. Then we learn that and take our turn in a higher direction. So it should not be a intentional failure, but it's sincere practice, but some failures may come. So that is the way of life. Oh, where did it go? Huh? That question is... See, in her hand it is working, in my hand it does not work. You have some magic. Acha, here is a question. Can you explain more about Sri Chaitanya Achinta Veda Aveda? What is simultaneous oneness and difference? Oh my God, it's a philosophy.
No, this is a simultaneous example is very nice.
Okay, simultaneous, okay. For example, both the sun and the sunshine are part of the same reality. But there is a great difference between having a beam of sunshine in your room and being in close proximity to the sun. That is called Veda Aveda. There is a distinction and there is not a distinction, Veda Aveda. Qualitatively, the sun and the sunshine are not different. But as quantities, they are very different. Like that type of example. Achinta Veda. Meaning what? There is a Veda difference between me and my beloved Lord. And when he goes into intoxication, there is no separation. And Achinta, it is beyond our thought. Achinta Veda Aveda. But I am not talking very philosophically, but just over superficially, this is the explanation. Achintya, it cannot be cognized by the mind, that is a state. There is little separation, at the same time no separation. It is a threshold of nirvikalpa and savikalpa. This point where almost it is non-dual, absolute, and also little bit, just trace of little on the point of merging into the absolute, Aveda, in that state, and little separation. And Thakur's idea was Mahaprabhu's idea also. It's called Ardha Bhajya Rasa. 3 states Sri Chaitanya used to live. One is called the Bhajya Rasa, external state, when he is walking, talking to the devotees and things. Ramakrishna speaking in Dakshineshwar, going to Calcutta, talking, Bhajya Rasa. Antardasa, some mind, major part of the mind is withdrawn inside, Antardasa. And Ardhavajya, half aware of the outside, half of the inner realm. And then it enters into such a level where all merges into samadhi. Yeah? So these are the, and he is talking about standing in the threshold, in the inmost recess of this realization. But
use the word totostho.
Totostho,
They use that word technically.
Totostho. Yeah. Mani, it is at the same time infinite. Achinta, no, it cannot conceive. Veda, there is distinction, but at the same time there is no distinction. Anyhow, so it is said that one should do more meditation to understand all these things. So we should have to practice more spiritual discipline. Yes?
So, are there I know there's like Nirvikalpa Samadhi and I don't know, did you say Sarvakalpa Samadhi?
Swavikalpa, Nirvikalpa.
Sahaj Samadhi also.
Samadhi.
And what I was wondering is are there a lot of different gradations of Samadhi? You know, like you can have a little bit of Samadhi but not a big Samadhi.
Yeah.
Like that?
It is becoming billionaires, meaning you have 1 billion, you are a billionaire. You have 2 billion, you are also billionaire. 5 billion, you fall in the category of billionaire. 10 billion, you are also billionaire. So like that. You take a dip in the, say you go and take a dip in a lake. You can just pull your head onto the water, that's a bathing. Now you dive deep, 10 feet down. You are bathing, but you're swimming under the water 10 feet. Your experience is not the same when you are just dipping your head under the water level. And you go, take a scuba diving and go down. And then what is your feeling? You are also under the water. But these are different grades of depth. Only avatars, incarnations, can stay in different levels of that depth. But and also scriptures suggest that in different level of concentration, different level of mental state, one can stay here and there. We cannot think so much. We cannot meditate. Our meditation is always a struggle. How many days we can meditate? We only struggle, mind goes here, bring back. And that mind plays for half an hour there, and suddenly I hear, I'm meditating, come. And by that time, half an hour gone. And I meditated half an hour gone. No. So, it is true, this samadhi is absorption. But there are different grades of absorption. Intoxication, grades of intoxication, like that. Someone takes a little wine and feels little intoxication. Someone takes a quantity more or whatever, his intoxication level is different in different, and capacity of people are different. So avatars are exceptional. And there are so many. We read in the Sananda Samadhi, Ananda Samadhi, Sabikaro, Nirvicharo, Savicharo, what are the Savikalpo, Nirvikalpo, Savicharo, Nirvicharo, Sananda, what is that? Anyhow, all these different types of samadhi. Sahaja means spontaneous. Ramakrishna is Sahaja Samadhi. Sahaja Samadhi means you need not do any effort. You sing a song, Ramakrishna heard it, boom. Sahaja means spontaneous. As you are breathing spontaneous, so he spontaneously goes into that higher absorption. Okay? Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace.